Hey, what's up guys? I'm Rory and welcome back to my channel. A couple of weeks ago I built this French cleat wall behind me, and today I'm going to show you how I turned it from this to this. Alright, so I didn't have all that great of a plan going into this, but you can see I kind of started by laying out all the tools that I have and getting some rough measurements for each. And this is a great project to use up some scrap wood for, and so I got some out of my pile and started cutting things up. I started with what I thought would be the most simple brackets to make, and that was for things like my screwdrivers and wrenches and pliers and things like that. And so I got some rough measurements and spaced them out evenly across a bracket, and I'm going to make a couple of these kind of similar brackets like this. They're going to be about 12 inches long each, and you can see I've got about 8 spots in there for tools. And so used some CA glue and some brads and glued the bracket on the back and hung it up, and then put everything in there to see if they'd fit. And so this next one's very similar to the screwdriver one. It's just going to be holding some wrenches and whatnot, so I got a little bit bigger holes and made it pretty much the exact same way. And if you didn't see my first video on this, I talked a little bit about some of the benefits of a French cleat wall. It gives a ton of versatility because you can move these brackets around however you need them and however they best meet your workflow needs. So next I made one for my hammers that I use most of the time, and I'm just going to use some dowels to hold these in place. So I marked them out evenly and then drilled them and cut the dowels. And I'm going to sand off a little bit of a taper at the end of each dowel so that they go in there a little bit easier. And then just glued those in place. And these dowels are made of poplar. It's not the strongest wood you can find. I'm hoping that they hold up over time, but if they don't, it's pretty easy to sand those flush and replace them maybe with some oak or even aluminum in the future. And this framing hammer is from when I used to work construction. I don't really use it that often anymore, but I really like it, and so I wanted to have it out. And I made one using a similar technique with the dowels for my levels. And again, if you didn't see my last video, here's a couple old brackets that I made a few years ago for some of the tools that I have. So next I moved on to my measuring tools. I've got my speed square and framing square and a protractor. And for this, I'm going to kind of make like a shelf that they slide into. And so I'm going along and just making the measurements for those, and so that they'll fit on there. And they're a little bit thicker than a blade width here, and so I needed to cut them twice over on the miter saw to get the thickness that I needed. And then because this kind of cantilevers out more than some of the other ones, I did put a couple of screws in the back just so it wouldn't have a tendency to pull it off the wall or pull it off of that bracket. And then using that same technique, I made one for my saws, so the saws just fit right in those slots. So this next one I'm going to make is for some of my thicker pliers, tin snips, wire cutters, things like that. And so took the measurements of all of those and kind of made some custom slots for those to fit into. So these are all cut specifically for the tool that I needed at that time. Okay, and so now I'm moving on to probably my favorite one that I made in this whole project, and that's for my chisels. So I've got 7 chisels here, and so I laid them all out exactly how I wanted them to look, and then used a Forstner bit just to cut a little bit in there for the base to sit in that bottom part. And now here along this back strip, I'm making a little spot for these magnets to go in. So these chisels are going to adhere to the back using a magnet. And so you can see how I'm putting each magnet in there, put a little dab of CA glue, and then it's held in there pretty tight with friction. And then I just pound each one flush, and then I'm going to put that magnet strip along the back, and then the part for the base along the bottom. I also put a piece along the top there just in case I was moving my hand to get a tool around that area. I didn't want to come down and accidentally scratch it or cut myself across the chisel. So I love the way that one turned out. Next is some crowbars and scraping tool, and used a similar method as I did for the hammers, just kind of using dowels Some of these little pry bars are real small, so I just used a couple of nails for those. The holes on them weren't big enough to receive the dowel. So then I just put that French cleat on the back and hung that up. And this project, as you can see, is moving along. This was kind of a satisfying project to work on because you could knock one of these brackets out pretty quickly. All right, so those first ones that I made, I've learned a little bit since I made those, and so you can see they're kind of wobbling off the wall, and that's because there's not really a back piece that holds that in place. So I took it over the table saw and cut the 45-degree French cleat off, and then put a back piece on there like I was just talking about, and that's going to hold it in place much better, and so you can see how those are much more securely on there. I took this opportunity to fix my sorry cord management issues here on this part of my shop. And so I bought one of these long power strips off of Amazon. I'll link to it below, and mounted that on the French cleat wall below where any of the tools would be. And this just mounts with a couple of screws, so I put those into the studs in the back. And this is going to give me much better cord management here in the future versus that smaller surge protector that I've been using for the past couple of years, and I could never really get it screwed to the wall because the bracket on the back was kind of broken, and so this is going to be a lot better option. All right, so off camera I built a few more brackets. This one is for my glue and adhesives. It's a little bit bigger than I was hoping it would be, but I think it will serve me well. I also built one for my sander and sanding discs. This is not technically on the French cleat wall, but built it and wanted to share it here anyway. This is one of those things that's hard to store, so really happy with the way that this turned out. And this is the way everything looks when it's all said and done. So it's super modular. I can move it around and customize it however I need. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I've got space for other brackets if I need to add to them in the future, which I'm sure I will. Here's a closer look at some of them and the way that they turned out. And if you have questions on any of these, just let me know in the comments. I'll give you a little bit more details. And I really appreciate you all watching. If you want to follow me along on this woodworking journey, I'd love it if you would subscribe or hit the like button or share it with your friends. Here's that chisel bracket I made, which I'm really happy with. And so that's about it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope this was helpful as you look to upgrade your shop.